Hola. This video, I'm going to be showing off like a Lavos build. Oh, excuse me, it's voice crack. Yeah, with the Hound, because they like synergize really well together. And just a heads up, there will be no editing in this video because I'm having a few technical problems with the files, video files. So that's just a heads up. Yeah, if you don't want to watch it, I guess just click off now because there won't be any editing at all. So, yeah, I'll just get right into it then. I just thought it'd be a good idea to make a Lavos build because his Prime just came out, so maybe somebody needs a build or something. It's quite good. Yeah. But everything, it won't really work if you don't have a Hound. And just all these weapons and stuff should make it much better. Everything just like works together really well. So yeah, it makes it really strong and like cool like that. So this is the build for Lavos. I have adaptation in for damage resistance, Archon continuity for ability duration, which will affect his status duration, and his I think it's it's his Vile Rush duration too. So the amount of time like his little like AoE effect is on the ground. And then also, so if I apply Toxin to one of my abilities and then I use that Toxin ability, it'll also apply Corrosive. So it's just a nice, I only have to push one button instead of Corrosive and Electric. Yeah. And you can apply Toxin and Corrosive. So if you use that Toxin ability on like, I'll show it off actually quickly. If you use here for my Hound, if you use like here, I'll do that, and then I'll use my 3. It's applying Electric, Toxin, and Corrosive, so it's applying 3 status effects in one, right? And that's really good. So if I did, here, kill these guys. I'll just go. Oh no, okay. Their status ran up. If you use, like, here. I'll just do cold and that. It's applying it too because the first ability is the Toxin, so it'll apply Corrosive with your first ability all the time, right? So if I do this, see how it's applying 2 status effects. So yeah, it's good because it just applies an extra status effect for free, basically. Yeah, and then this is for range. You could also replace this with Augur Message. Like either these are interchangeable in my opinion. They both work really well. Like if you just want more range, which I think I'll run this actually. More status duration would be helpful. I'll use this for now. But yeah, these are interchangeable. And they're just good for getting extra shields. I'll have to see if that even works, but it's just good to have extra like range or ability duration. Then I stretch. You could also use this if you want extra energy, I guess, because Lavos needs lots of energy, but this is probably just better. Yeah, because it's less polarity. And I only have one forma in here. All this stuff fits. And then I have these two. You might be thinking, why does he have Umbral mods in here? But like, they just boost his, he can't die now in Steel Path. So they're just really helpful because he has like, take this out. He has 675 armor already, which is pretty high. And if you put that in, it's like a lot of armor. Same as for health. You don't really need, I'll talk about Arcanes in a minute. Yeah. And then Valence Formation, you also don't need, but like, I mean, why wouldn't you use it? It's insane. It boosts up your weapons, so you can use weapons as well with this build. Like this is ability casting build, but like it's also weapon build. So it's just insane. Best augment in the game, probably. And then this is just for ability strength. And the minus duration is a little irritating. But I'm not using Blind Rage because I want to spam, or try and spam it as much as I can. And if I put in Blind Rage, that'll get the cooldown reduction down by half. So I think that this is better. But if you're finding your statuses aren't lasting for, like here, you have pretty high status duration, but this you have less. You could also just use a slightly less modded one if you wanted, but yeah. And then I'm using an enemy radar. You could also use cursor projection or whatever. You can use whatever. I just like this because it's just nice utility as well. And then I'm using Arcane Blessing because he has a lot of health, so it just boosts his health up even more because he has a health tank. This is a health tank build. But you can use, since you do have Umbral Vitality, he's got a lot of health already. You could use maybe Arcane Guardian, Arcane Avenger if you wanted, Arcane Battery, Arcane Energize, for that energy. But you can use anything really. But I am going to talk about 2 Arcanes, the new ones from 1999. This Arcane Impetus, I don't have it ranked up very much. I had it ranked 5 or 4. I'd probably be using it in the build, but I don't, so I won't be using it. But if you do have it high rank, it's like literally built for Lavos. They literally made this specifically for Lavos. Because, look at that. I could probably put Blind Rage in the build if I had this maxed out. So, yeah. Like, unique status effects from abilities grant 6% ability and 3% ability efficiency for 2 to 20 seconds. Like, that's insane. You can just stack up so quickly with Lavos, yeah. And then Arcane Bellicose. You could also use, if you're struggling with ability strength, but I mean, you don't really need ability strength too much with Lavos. So yeah. But you could use that. And I'm using Arcane Ice Storm because I just like the extra duration you get it from it and the ability strength because his 2 is really good for just freezing enemies. And you can apply, you can freeze anybody with any of his abilities if you just infuse it with Frost. So yeah. You can also use Augmented or something like that. Then again, I don't have it ranked up, so I'm not using it. Yeah. And I'll show off the weapons, and then I'll go to the Hound, which is also important. I'll just go quickly over these. So I'm using the Tetra, and there's 2 builds here that I usually use. I'll show off the headshot build today. This is just a build for headshots, so using primary, I don't know how to say that. So I won't try. And Galvanized Aptitude says it just boosts up the damage because I think it is multiplicative. Or it might not be, but like it's insane. I have this Riven, which is quite good. I recommend getting a Riven for this because I think they're quite cheap, actually. So yeah, I'd recommend getting a Riven for it. And this is an insane Riven, so for this build at least. If you're going for, and this is just for extra crit damage, and primary Deadhead is for extra headshot multiplier and base damage, and then this is just for projectiles, but you don't need this though. And then if you're going for AoE build, I would get a negative, magazine capacity Riven, because then you'll use up less ammo, because 10 Tetra use up your whole magazine in one shot. Yeah, see? But if you have less ammo in your magazine, it'll still count, because you deal extra damage based on how much ammo you have in your magazine, but it isn't like how much, like you have 10 ammo, you'll do amount of damage. It's if you have like 10%. It's like the percentage of the magazine left. So if you have 40, say if you have 40 or something in your mag instead of 80, you'll do 50% less damage. But if you had a Riven that had magazine capacity, like negative magazine capacity or whatever, you'd have maximum 40 ammo. It would be doing 100% damage. Like, yeah. So it's just helpful with ammo economy. But if you don't have a Riven like that, just use Ammo Drum. It's basically the same thing. Then I'm using the Angstrom because it's just insane with Galvanized Shot. It's multiplicative, and it multiplies this and that, and it just does insane damage. And then I use this for extra status damage because I'm using Heat, and the Heat will just be doing extra. This is for crit. That's for, you can use this instead, but I don't have it ranked up. And this is just for crit damage. This is for Heat. If you have, I think there's a primed Heat mod. I don't have it though. I'm too lazy to spend the platinum on it. And then this is just for critical damage. And then the extra magnetic just to shred Xmas if I need to. And this is for recoil because it does have quite a bit of recoil. And then Cascadia Flare you kind of need because it just boosts up the damage like to insane amounts. Like it's actually insane. Yeah. And then You don't have to use Inodem, you can use anything, but I just like it because it has such high range and damage and stuff. Don't need melee influence, I'm just putting, I have no idea what else to put on it. Like my melee Doughty or whatever is too low rank. All my other stuff is shit, so like melee mods, the only really good ones are this one, and like I'm not even really sure. Well, yeah, melee, duplicate, and crescendo, but I don't have them, so I sold them all. Yeah, and it's just an incarnate weapon that's got good stats, and it's just good in general. It's just it's pretty good, and you don't need very much forma to make it good. This one, you need like a lot of forma to make it good, though. That's a problem, so there's this. You need a lot of forma, and well, yeah. I'm using Naramon to keep my Inodem up stacks, and then I'm using these for the Inodems, like incarnate traits aren't that good, so it doesn't really matter what you use, to be honest. Just make sure you're using this for the 3 times combo count, like easier to get, and then this one you can use like any of these, they're all good. I might even use range, but yeah, I'll actually use the range. Actually, I like this. I'll use the range for the showcase. And the build is just see, it's got a 4.7 meter, 5 meter range, and then 7 meter range. And if you take that off, still got a pretty high range. So it really doesn't matter. But I'll just use this actually. Then the companion. This is the important part. So I unequipped him because that showcase would have been stupid because he would have killed everything probably. Johnny Altoid. Now Johnny Altoid, he's insane, right? Hounds are crazy good, and I don't even have a form on this, and like this is insane. He won't die, because I'm not sure if this actually reflects. I just use it because I think it reflects 90% of the damage he takes back, so he doesn't take 90% of the damage, but I'm not sure. And then he's got this and this, and Link to Lavos, like, he won't die ever, like, he will not die. And Vacuum, and then Mediray, just to help Lavos. Yeah, you could replace this with Pack Leader, or you replace you could put Pack Leader in for any. Pack Leader is just good in general if you're using a melee. Like, it's just crazy good for even more survivability, but I just use Mediray because Lavos isn't, like, I'm with Lavos, so, and I'm not using, well, I mean, if you want more energy with Lavos, you could use Synth Deconstruct too. And then, Coolant Leak, Contagious Bond, Repo Audit, Synergized Prospectus, and this too. These are important. These are the ones you need. These, well, you only really need this, and this. No, this and this, actually. Or this and this. Either one of these. Because they proc so many statuses with using... Oh, no, not Contagious Bond. I mean, no, stupid. Manifold Bond. Not Contagious Bond. Don't listen to me. You don't need Contagious Bond, but it also helps. But Manifold Bond. Because the statuses on your weapon here will apply to your abilities, your Hound abilities that you use. So this bounces between enemies, ricochets up to 7 times, 30 meter radius. That's just spreading so much status. And then this will do 30 meters range. It'll proc all statuses on that too. And then this will proc statuses too when it releases its damage in 10 seconds or whatever. But this, you need Manifold Bond. It's probably the best companion mod for robot pets. Yeah. It's insane. And then if you kill a bunch of enemies, it'll reduce that cooldown on that ability again, which is insane too. So, yeah. And then Contagious Bond is just good because if a pet kills an enemy afflicted with a status effect, 50% of the status effect spreads to other enemies with an enemy. So it's just a good way to kill, like nuke kind of miniature nuke, and spread more status effects. Yeah, and then this is also an ability, so it'll count in 10 meter radio blast of cold, more procs of cold, and it'll spread other stuff too. Yeah, and that'll also help with Lavos's Arcane. I'm using Arcane Ice Storm. And then I made sure to not put cold on this because I already have cold. I do have magnetic, which is, I may as well use it. I can't really put any other thing on. And then I got radiation and viral. modded for that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 statuses that I can spread. Plus the cold on the other thing, and then the electric. So that's 8 status effects that I'm spreading with just my Hound. And then we have, like, I'll go over Lavos' abilities too, in case you don't know them, but you probably will know them, but I'll just explain them quickly. So, you know, he doesn't need energy, which is really cool. So that's his passive. Oh, shit. Oh, my Hound's killing all the enemies. Wait. Yeah, there's Contagious Bond. Yeah. She's insane. Yeah, so I will spawn in some more after, but yeah, so his first ability is, I already kind of showed it off. It's poison ability, so you use it to fuse poison, and it will have poison intrinsically, no matter what. And then if I do that, it'll also proc Valence formation, so I'll have poison damage on my weapon. And, wait, which build am I using? I think I'm going to use my AoE build for, yeah, use my AoE build for the showcase. And then his second ability is his cold, Vile Rush, and it is his cold ability, so it'll spread cold everywhere, and that's what will help with Arcane Ice Storm, I think. Yeah, Arcane Ice Storm. And if you do that, if it casts as 1, it'll have like cold. If it casts 3, it'll have cold on it. Yeah, and you can combine that with whatever to make. Like, I can combine these to make viral. I can use it, and it will have viral damage. See, viral stuff, icky stuff. And if you use it and you jump, it'll explode early. Which is really, that's what I use it mostly for, unless I'm not using it for movement. Yeah, so I just jump into a bunch of enemies, use that, and spread a bunch of status. And I always spread, I usually spread corrosive or viral, but I'd recommend doing corrosive or something that your pet isn't spreading. One of the abilities, just try and spread a unique status that your pet isn't spreading. So corrosive or cold, like toxin or blast or something like that. Or gas, something that just your pet isn't spreading. Yeah. And then his third is like, it helps reset your ability. So you throw it out, and if it hits enemies, each electric proc hit on an enemy, I think it is, will, or electric damage will, like, reduce the cooldown of your other abilities. So that's really important. That's where your efficiency, it's the only ability that's affected by efficiency. And it's the electric ability. So if I combine my 3 and 4, I got radiation. And then his 4 is like a nuke thing, and it deals damage based on how many status effects are on enemies nearby, but it's got a 30-second timer cooldown, so that's why his third is really important to lock it down. Yeah, so I'll spawn in some enemies, and I'll show you how it works. So my Hound will, so I'll make a corrosive. Hound should spread, yep, and then I'll jump in there, spread corrosive, then I'll spread viral. Okay, that wasn't that good a coat showcase, but you just get a bunch of status effects on everything dies. My Hound kind of killed everything. He's kind of stealing the show away from Lavos here. Yeah. So if I, oops, do that, and then I spread magnetic, and then I do that, and then I do this. My 4. That's 1,000,000 damage right there. Yeah, it'll kill everything pretty easily. You could also use Archon Vitality if you want more extra heat damage on your 4, because your 4 is your heat ability. So do this. Like, I'm not even infusing anything. Yeah. It kills. That's mostly the Hound and Lavos. So the Lavos and Hound just spread like every single possible status effect, except for puncture, I think, because my Hound's melee weapon doesn't apply puncture. So yeah, it just nukes everything basically. Everything just dies. It's really fun. So I'll take off the Hound just to showcase just Lavos. He's not able to do that if you're playing with just Lavos, like with like a companion that doesn't spread a bunch of status effects like that. He is much weaker, and he can't rely on his ability solely. You'll have to play like a weapon platform kind of thing. So I'll show you quickly, because he can work, but like, it's not as good, I'd say. So here, I will rock. I'll do viral, and then I will do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do this. And it does like Yeah. If I had applied more status effects on my other abilities, it would have killed them. But see, as you can see, I have a massive damage boost from Valence Formation. So it doesn't really matter. That's why he's a weapon platform. So you do that, you kind of like weaken everything, kind of prepare it for your weapons. Because all my weapons are stacking off galvanized or mods and gun CO or whatever, condition overload. So all these status effects really boost up their damage. So if I do that again, I go that, and then I freaking put cold on it. I don't know. That'll kill a lot of them. And then you have, what, 3 left over, the heavier guys, I guess. And they're almost dead. Well, this guy doesn't have a single status on him, but you have so much damage from your Valence Formation that it doesn't matter. So, yeah. And if you have your Hound, I mean, it's over. Like, it's so easy to play. And it's so fun because you're basically, like, you're so active with it. Because you're just applying a bunch of status effects, even though, like, it's just funny to see how many status effects you get on enemies. And you do have to worry a little. It's just worrying about your cooldowns and stuff, and that's just fun to me, I find. So, yeah. You let my Hound do everything. See, without Lavos, it takes longer for him to kill them. He does help. He is doing something. It'll take a bit. Once he kills one guy, they'll all die. He's slowly killing them. He'll die maybe soon. Hopefully. These are level only 125, you see, so yeah, I don't think they will die. They won't all die. Maybe. Yeah, they will, actually. Never mind. But these are only level 125, so, I mean, level 200, they will last way longer, and that's where Lavos can come in to help. So, yeah, that's the builds. And I will go into I'll go into a conjunction survival and show it off level 200, so you guys can see that. Yeah, so it's a pretty easy, not much invest. I mean, the weapons don't matter. Weapons do not matter. As long as it's something you're comfortable with, like, I don't know, you could use just Paris Prime is really good. You could use Stalta maybe, or yeah, just use something that is multiplicative with gun CO, and then it'll be really good because everything's like Paris Prime is probably the best option if you want a little investment. And then for this, probably probably the Angstrom actually is probably the best. But I don't know. And then any melee works, like literally any melee with, yeah, it will do so much insane amounts of damage. Yeah, so I'll just go, and then again, I'm sorry, I won't be able to edit this out because my video file is not, it's like really laggy, and so I have to use I think it's MLA something. And my computer will not download. Oh shit! I'll just go Lua. My computer won't download the proper like thing to like I guess use the video. I don't know. So I got to use via VCL to edit it, and it's just irritating. So I'll try and sort it out and try and edit my videos because I know that's probably what some people would want. Unedited videos are kind of stupid. I don't like them. Yeah, see, he's got like tons of statuses, and then he will die. Oh, actually, this is the wrong build for that. If I use my Inodem, he should die. Yeah, he one-shot him. And this, so he's just an insane weapons platform. He can do everything basically. This is without him doing anything. This is with just my Hound, proccing statuses on everybody, and it's just easy. Just easy game. Easy gameplay. But it's just more fun, I find, with doing stuff too yourself. Yeah, see, it kills everything. It's pretty fun. It's just a fun build, I find. It's really easy, can't die. Like, you can let your Hound do everything. Your Hound is easy to get. You kill one sister and you have your Hound, basically. And then if you don't have the right preset mods, buy them for like 10 plat or whatever. I bought one for 5 because I farmed like 3 sisters and couldn't get it. No audit, I think it was. Yeah, and so basically what you do, the playstyle is I usually, as I said before, put Toxin on my 3, throw it down, and then just use my 4, and everything will die usually, which is nice. And then your Hound kills stuff over there, and then so yeah, if your Hound's not with you, you can do this and then do that, and you can also just use whatever status is. Like these guys are weak to viral, right? Because they're Orc or corrupted or whatever, and they just melt because Valence formation is giving you guaranteed viral procs and viral damage, and it just melts them. Like I'm using condition overload on this thing, and it's melting them. I don't even have, well, these guys have the status, but yeah, it's insane. And then you just do it again, and you have like infinite, because the thing is, you don't have any energy, right? It's just infinite and damage basically, which is insane. But I just find that insane. And he also has status immunity from his passive, which will, every time you pick up an energy arm, it just gives you status immunity, which is really nice. Yeah. And every time you like get low on health, you just use your 1, and then you'll heal up, which is really nice. But you don't really die because you have so much freaking armor. So do that. You can use it after you could use like something else to proc stuff. Like, I don't know. Oops. See how many, like, that's insane. There's like 6 statuses on each of these guys. And dying. Yeah, he's just killing dudes over here. Yeah. They're just dying. Do that. Oh, what the hell? Okay, that was a little weird. Do this. And then just use my 4. They should die, yeah. Oh, this guy didn't die. But I'm not even like, I'm too lazy to just freaking, like, every time, like, to, well, I don't know what it's called. There's an Acolyte. Oops. Where's he? Violence? Oh no. He's dead. That's too bad for him. Yeah. And I just go in a group of enemies, do that. Do this. Take your 4 back. Boom, they're dead. That was a million right there. Yeah, overguard, stupid overguard. Yeah, you could also just put magnetic on it, which I didn't do, and then there goes the overguard guy. Bye bye, overguard. Like, it's insane. And if I wanted to armor strip them, okay, here I go this, and then I do that, and then I go. There we go. That. And then they will be armor stripped with my gun. Oops. Killed them too quickly. Problem with the Angstrom is it's really, I find it hard to like actually do its thing. Here, I'll use magnetic so I can kill an where's the overguarded enemy? Oh, it's not in here, but that's fine. Let's do this then. So they're all proctor statuses, nice and fun. They'll die to my companion. Then I can just do this, and then this will. I think it's 40 meter range I have on it. Yeah, there's a heavy gunner just get absolutely decimated by the Angstrom. Yeah, 1 shot, basically, and he's dead. So that's 1 million damage with 1 shot from the Angstrom. Like, yeah, that's insane. And then I'll use the Tetra too. But I don't have galvanized aptitude, I don't think, on this one. This is the AoE build. It's just slash. But the damage you get from Lavos is so much that, like, it doesn't matter. And then these guys are procced, and they're ready for my 4, and they will all die. There's 2 million proc, 2 million damage proc there. And you don't need, like, that stupid, the mecha, you don't need any of the mecha shit. I hate mecha set. I don't mess with the mecha set. And this, yeah. It's an easy game. Easy game with Lavos, I would say. He's actually probably one of my favorite frames nowadays. His old frame had no drip. His old frame had no drip, but now he's got drip, so I'll probably play him quite a bit, I'd say. Because it's just so fun. Like, he's got so much versatility. Like, it's insane. He can't die. You buff weapons. You buff your companion. You have no energy to worry about. Like, you literally just go on a mission, don't have any worries at all. That's so nice. It's such a nice thing to do. Like with Hildren, you have to worry about your shields, and if you run out of shields, oh no, I'm gonna die, and you have no energy. Lavos, you just gotta think, oh, I gotta cast my 3. There we go. Everything's dead. Oh, and I also status procced a bunch of stuff, so I can just kill him with my melee or something. Yeah, it's insane. He's cracked. And he can just heal up with his 1. Like, he's so versatile. And he doesn't need a helmet, which I find really nice. yeah, it's a build that I hope you guys might try it out or something. Then again, I'm sorry for the no editing, but this is, I have to say it, this is a Lavos Hound build, right? Hand in hand. They're partners. Johnny Altoid and Lavos are partners in this, right? They need each other. Johnny Altoid can't kill everything on his own. You'll die. And Lavos can't kill everything on his own. Well, he can, but it'll just take longer. And they just synergize together so well. Like, he's the status master and his status companion. Like, it's insane. And then all of these, like, this is probably my favorite playstyle in the game. Like, actually, it's so fun. And you guys gotta try it out. Like, it's actually so fun. The setup, like, you can change whatever you want. Like, it really, it doesn't matter. And my video quality is disappearing right now, so I guess I'll just end the video here. I hope you guys like it. Goodbye.